Hi, I'm certainly glad to see you today. I thought maybe today we'd just do a fantastic little seascape, a little easy one that you can do. So let's start out and have them run all the colors across the screen that you need to paint along with us. While they're doing that, let me show you what I got up here. Today I have my regular old 18 by 24 inch double prime pre-stretched canvas. And I've taken a piece of contact paper or any adhesive back paper and just cut an oval, stuck it right on the canvas. Then I've covered the inside of it with black gesso. We allowed the black gesso to dry completely. And then we came back and I put a little piece of tape right here so I'll have a straight horizon. From here up, I've covered it with liquid clear, very thin coat, and taken phthalo blue and put here. From here down, liquid clear, phthalo blue, and phthalo green. I want the water to have a little green cast to it. So I put a little phthalo green in the bottom. Otherwise, it's just phthalo blue all over. We put the liquid clear on there, though, because it makes that color so much easier to put on, and it's almost like a glaze. I don't want too much. So let's have some fun. We'll start out with a little teeny 2-inch brush and a little bit of titanium white on it. I don't need much, just a small amount. Something about like that. Okay? Now then, we'll go up in here and very gently begin making our little crisscross strokes. Now this is a fantastic painting to do for friends and relatives, and don't tell them you put color up here and they just see you take white paint and start doing this, and all of these gorgeous, gorgeous colors appear and they'll think it's magic. There we go. Don't tell them any different. That's our secret. Shh. All right. There we go. Just want a little background color. I'm going to come in here and put in some big old clouds, but I'm looking for a little background color now. That's all. That's all. There we are. So just make little criss strokes like that. And very lightly go over it. Now you can make this as light as you want it just by adding white. I don't want it to be too light though, because I'm going to put some clouds that I want to show up. But if you want it lighter, just take a little more of the white. And go right in there. Put it in. Okay. Now then, I'm going to clean the brush because I want it to be nice and fresh and put some more white on it. Shake it off. And just beat the devil out of it. Now then, I'm going back into titanium white. Just going to tap some into the bristles. It don't matter how you load it. Shoot, any old way you can get it on there. Let's go up in here. And maybe our little clouds, maybe they just live just taking the corner of the brush and making little circular patterns. See, just take the top corner and make little circular patterns. That's all we're looking for. There. Load a little more color on the brush. And in our world, yep, you're right. There's another little cloud. Lives right there. Work in layers though. Do one cloud at a time. So you got a darker edge here than you do at the top of this one. That's what we're looking for. Now then, let me grab our little blender brush. Very, very soft hair. Very soft. Just caresses the canvas. Very gentle, very gentle. See there? Then you can blend right over that. Lift it, fluff it, and you can take it to any degree of brightness that you want. And that's all we need to make a little cloud. We'll blend this little one here. Just blend in the bottom of it. Now this blender brush has a round handle, so it's easy to spin around and to make all these little things happen. There. Very lightly, just barely grazing the canvas. Okay, now a little more white. I want another cloud in my world. I think, yep, you're right. Here comes one. But we finish those that are behind it first, and then come along and put the ones here in the foreground. There they are. A little more color. Okay, look at that. But you can make clouds with just a big old 2-inch brush and a little blender brush. That's all it takes. Shoot. Or you can do it with a fan brush. It doesn't matter. Whatever. There. Okay. Back to my little blender. And there we go. Yeah, just blend it a little bit. Like that. Something like so. Okay, then we'll fluff it a little, and off we go. There. Okay. And as I say, in your world, you put as many layers of clouds as you want, or as few. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Shoot, maybe we'll put one more right down here at the horizon. There. The only thing that little piece of tape does there, it'll make your horizon nice and straight. Nice and straight. And that's very nice sometimes. There we are. Okay, let me grab my little blender brush. And we'll just blend that right together again. As I say, this little blender brush, as my father used to say, it's tender as a mother's love. It's a very soft little brush. I asked him to make this one for me because the other ones they're a little stiffer for working with that old tough, hard paint. And this allows us to do some things that we couldn't with the other one. There. And very soon Annette's going to have her flower book out, and she's going to show you how to make fantastic flowers with this. There. All right. Okay. And that easy, we got a pretty good looking little sky. There. All right, now let's carefully take off this little piece of tape here. And see, we have a very straight horizon then, that easy. And we can take a clean brush and just push a little bit of that color right up to the horizon. Because there was no color, no paint right under the tape. Now there is. There we go. Yeah, we have color all the way up there. I just wanted the excuse to wash the brush. There we are. Okay, have to make some big decisions in our world. Let me grab a fan brush. Maybe back in here, let's take some phthalo blue, alizarin crimson, make a nice lavendery color. There, there's both sides of the brush full of color, a little more crimson. Whew, there, that's good. Let's go up in here. Maybe there's a big old, what they call them, headlands that comes out here like that. Big old rocket projects out into the water. There. Far away though. Not looking for a lot of detail in this one. It's too far away. Big rascal though. He lives back here. Way back in the distance somewhere. All right. There he comes. As I say, now this is a very simple little seascape we're going to do today. Even if you haven't painted many, this one you can do. I'm going to take a little red, a little bit of that yellow we had, and just sort of mix them together, red and yellow, make a little orangey color. Just sort of to highlight that a little bit. I don't want a lot of detail back here, because of that detail, it'll absolutely destroy our illusion of distance and make it look like it's far away. So don't overdo this. Put a few little things in here and there, and let it go at that. Let it go at that. There. See there? This is a little place that you can come and walk down here and get right up against the ocean and look at it and watch the dolphins play. I live in Florida, and spend a lot of time in Daytona Beach, and there's some of the most gorgeous little dolphins there that play, and the manatees. If you've never seen a manatee, they're one of the neatest little animals. Not little animals, now that I think about it, they're huge, but they're the most gentle creature God's ever made, I think. Gorgeous things. There. A little white just to sparkle that here and there. There. Okay, we'll wash that old brush. Now maybe in our world, there's some water back there. We better make a big decision though. We have to decide where, if we're going to have a little crash or wave in here, where it's going to live. Put a little white on a filbert. Come right up in here. Now, let's decide, maybe our little crash or waves way back in the back. And I like to just sort of take the brush and put in a basic little shape here, so I know about where he's going to be, and I can paint around him a little bit. So let's just say he's right there. That's just to give us a little idea of where our wave's going to live. Okay. Get the old brush dried off a little there. I'm just drying that brush on a little paper towel. Okay, back to our fan brush. Now then, back in here, there's going to be some other waves that are just living. Just decide where you think they are. put in some basic little shapes. Way back in here, I'm just going to touch and start. Let me exaggerate. I'm making motions like that. Okay, but I'm exaggerating. They're much smaller. So automatically it begins to give the appearance of little waves way back in the background there. And we know this one here is going to come over like that. So we can go ahead and put some of that in just to give us an idea. Make those little noises. Think about water crashing. Here it comes. Just let it fall over. Now then, with a clean fan brush, I want to grab some of that little color. This fan brush is clean because I just want to pull some of that back. We're going to come back with a little liner brush and put in some little details. But this is just pulling some of that color back on this black canvas. This black gesso is wonderful for doing things like this. Just absolutely wonderful. Look at that. That color just jumps out at you. It's exciting. And already you're beginning to see the little choppiness of the water back here. Isn't that neat? All right, wash the old brush off. Now then, have to start making some big decisions. I'm going to take some white, put a little touch of the CAD yellow in it. Little touch. So we got white and yellow. I'm using number 3 fan brush. You could use the filbert or number 6, whatever. It's up to you. And I'm just going to roughly, real strong, scrub in some color right there. I want this to be the eye of the wave. Let it sort of twinkle off like that. Now you can do that several times to make it brighter. Just to make it brighter, like so. Now, going back to my little blender brush, the one that's so soft, and come right up in here, use just the corner of it, and just begin blending that. Blend it, blend it, blend it. I mean, you can make this look as soft as silk. So gorgeous. Just blend it. Notice the hair is hardly turning. It's the handle that you're just going around in circles with. Soft, soft, soft. Right on out to nothing. There. Something like that. And then we just blend it right on out. Isn't that a beautiful color? It's just phthalo green and phthalo blue under there and the little white and yellow you put on top of it. That's all. Now, let's redefine this a little bit. I want that just to crash right over. We don't want it just perfectly straight. This old wave's having a hard time in his life. Back to our filbert, I'm going to take a little bit of lavender. So that's just a little alizarin crimson, a little phthalo blue mixed together. Put it on the filbert brush here, about like that. Let's go right up in here. And with that, let's put some nice foamy things that are happening. As I say, it helps to make those little noises. Your friends will look at you like you're a little strange, but that's all right. Painters are expected to be a little different. So it's all right. It's all right. And those little noises, they really help me. I don't know if they help you, but they help me sort of, in my mind, see these little things. Okay, let me wipe the old brush and clean it off. There. Now I'm going back into the titanium white. And right above that, I'm going to do the same thing. I want those nice, sparkly little edges right up on top of that foam. Here they come. There. Give it a little push. Bend it. There we go. You could do this too with a fan brush. Today I thought I'd do it with a filbert, but it's up to you. Put in just some basic little splashes. Then we'll go back, get our little soft blender brush very gently. This is where this little brush really works miracles, because you can go right over this wet, thick paint without it all blending together. And you can just soften that, just as delicate. Look at that, look at that. Just using the corner of this little blender though. So soft, so gentle. Look at there. Ooh, get excited. It's pretty. All right. Now then, let's find us a knife here. Maybe we'll have some stones out here in our water. I think we need a stone or two. Back up a little bit, take a look-see, and decide where the stone lives in your world. Right here, we have a nice stone. Just Van Dyke brown. I'm gonna get crazy. Van Dyke brown. There's a little dark sand in there too. Maybe there's another stone here. We'll just have that wave crashing back here. There, take a little bright red, a little dark sand and mix them together. All right, a little touch of white in it just to brighten it up a little. Now then, very gently, just let the knife graze gently. Just put a few little highlights on this stone so it stands out here. See there? Decide where they live in here. There. Just vary. I put a little lavender in there. I'm going to vary some of the colors. Just let the knife bounce and play. Make it look like old, tough, mean rocks that live out there. So let's see now. Once again, seascapes sometimes will give you a hard time, but this one is one that you can do. It's a nice little rascal. It's not too hard. And the black canvas, it makes it so much better, so much easier. A little bit right out here. And this one's going to be a colorful one. I want some color today. It's a wonderful day. And color makes you feel good. Just makes you feel good. Let me wash my little brush here. Small fan brush. Put a little paint thinner. I'm going to go right into a little titanium white. We'll be right back. Get a little phthalo blue in it. There, a little phthalo blue. And maybe in our world, I put a little paint thinner in there so it'd be just a little thinner. And now we can just flow that right over the top so it looks like water's just flowing all through there. There. A little bit, maybe there's water dripping all through here. Because if this rock was out here with all this going on, I'm telling you there would be water dripping off of it everywhere. See it? There it comes. There it comes, going right on out here. We need some on this old big rock over here too. Waves are crashing on it, splashing and carrying on. Yeah, all kinds of things happen to it. But just let that flow right off there. Shoot, maybe in our world, maybe there's even water coming from way up. I don't know. Now, if you have a lot of time, try doing this with a liner brush because you can put in a lot more detail. A lot more detail when you have a lot of time. Least little touch of the white on the brush here, and let's make a big decision. Maybe there's something that lives right there, and we'll just blend it back. There. See, right up in between there. There we go. But isn't that color something else? I love these black canvases because color just appears. Excuse me, I get excited about this. I'm sorry. There, see, just blend it back. And what you're trying to save is the dark areas. You could really care less about the rest of it. It's the dark areas you're trying to save. They become the goodies in between. Maybe there's another one right in here. Just all kinds of little things are happening. See there? Keep these strokes pretty flat though. There, and maybe, I know, we'll have a stone right up in the front, so let's not worry about it. Let me find my liner brush. Put it into a little paint thinner. We'll go into a little bit of that light blue, and let's begin highlighting some of these little things. Putting all kinds of little doers in there. Now these are the things that'll make your painting special. Spend a lot of time working with these. All these little foam patterns that happen in here. Here sometimes they come down, but they begin creating form and shape in here. All those little things. Okay, and back in here. See, they just climb right up. That's what shows the shape. A little darker color right on the brush, sort of outline that. That'll make it stand out. And then bring some of them back. Little fish plays in there sometime. There. Now I'm going to go right into that yellow and white mixture. And let's brighten some of these back here. let's just begin to brighten some of those. Make them shine in the sun. There. See there? All those little things, they just play in there and have fun. And maybe light's coming right through here and right there. It's another little, just think where light would come in. Put some little highlights in there. Makes your painting shine, makes it exciting. People look at it and, not that we're interested in selling paintings, but color a lot of times sells a painting as well as content. There we go. Just let those little rascals happen. We said we was going to put a stone down here, didn't we? I just keep messing around, putting all these in. Okay, I'll put a stone down there. Take a little Van Dyke brown, a little bit of black into it. I want a good strong stone, maybe. Old stone just lives right here on the edge. Something like that. Take a little bit of that highlight color. Just let it sort of bounce along here. Play a little bit. And then come back with our phthalo blue. Drip a little water over it. We got to have a little water on it. Everything in here should be wet. There. And we can pull a little bit back in here. Back to my liner brush. I'm just sort of jumping back and forth here as I see things. There we go. Bring it back and we'd have some little doers in here. Like so. All kinds of little things. As I say, when you're at home and you have unlimited time, you can just get in here and put all these little rascals in. They are so gorgeous. All right. Something like that. But seascapes can be one of the most fun things to paint. The black canvas will give you a whole new dimension in seascapes that normally you don't have. All right. You can take a little touch. Well, we just use a little black. Little black. We can go up here and maybe in our world there's doop, doop, maybe like a little M bird. I call them M's because it's like making M's. Little seagull that's way back here in the distance. Give them 3. Mama pophead and a little baby one. I'll take a little more of that phthalo blue. I want to just put a few little drippy downs on here. Phthalo blue and titanium white. Just little drippy downs where water's going. That helps form your rock. There. But the paint needs to be very thin because you have a lot of paint up here, so put a lot of paint thinner with it. A lot of paint thinner. Just makes it flow right off there. Something like that. We need some over on the other side. Don't want him left out. About like that. Wherever you think they should be. But that's basically a nice way of doing a very effective little seascape. I think the moment of truth is here though. Let's bring the camera up and let's take the old contact paper off here. Take a look and see if we need to piddle around with anything. Look at that. There it comes. But isn't that a nice way of doing a little seascape? Shoot, I tell you what, let's do. Let's just load a little bit of bright red on here. We'll just sign this one, call it done. But when you're painting seascapes, give this black gesso a try. I think you're going to find it one of the most exciting mediums that you've ever ran into. It will paint half your painting for you before you even get started. And I think in one of the paintings we showed you how you could use the gesso to do underpaintings and then just come back and glaze them. It works for this too. Give it a try. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to see some photos of your success. From all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting and God bless, my friend.